I'm black first, and I live in a 44108.
No, I'm not singling you out. I'm just talking about the makeup of the Congress and the senators. They're pro-NRA, pro-guns, and pro-everything. I believe in this march, and I believe in what you're doing at the State House. I will be there. So you think this is the beginning of the action that will change minds of legislators and congressmen and all that and make a difference?
Yes, I do. But also, you got to remember, we're not trying to stop anyone from having the right to their Second Amendment to bear arms. We're just trying to say that this assault rifle was specifically designed for military use. And from 2006 to 2008, we've had over 57 mass shootings. All we're saying is we want to know where these assault rifles that are being sold at these gun shows, when a person is able to go buy 15 assault rifles and then turn around and sell them. We just want you to be responsible and have a database. They've got a Senate Bill 260 that's coming out. That all we want to do is just know where these guns are coming from. After doing a survey with the children are saying they're getting their guns from the people at the gun shows.
All right, Donna, we'll discuss this much deeper as we go along. I have to run, but I have to agree with you. I was in the military. My choice of weapon in the military was an M16. So I understand exactly where you're coming from.
So one of the things I believe we should stop doing is when the child does something wrong, we don't have to beat them at all or all the time. In a lot of African American community, I find that a lot of the parents beat their children if they do something wrong. We need to find better ways to deal with anger management so that we won't have to beat the child and then they grow up to be angry and then they want to beat on people. Usually when people do things to people, they do whatever happened to them in the past. So I believe if we find better ways to deal with anger management and better ways to punish the children, that can possibly lessen the likelihood of the child doing the same things that were done to them.
Justin, you're telling me that my 8-year-old Arthur, I shouldn't whoop him because I do? What are you telling me, Justin? Am I wrong?
I mean, there's a difference between whooping and beating.
You said beating. Listen, we're not talking about beating. We're talking about whooping. Instead, I understand the difference in a beating. No, you can't beat nobody.
The child should be able to respect you enough to where if you tell them to do something, they should do it. And if they do something wrong, maybe if we find better ways to punish the child by talking to them, sending them in timeout, doing different things like that, that might help. That might help them instead of whooping them all the time and beating them, and then they're going to grow up angry, and then they're going to beat on people.
No, we're not whooping them all the time and all that. But when we talk to them, use your method, talk to them and counsel them, and then they do the same thing, they're going to get a whooping,
Yeah,
Justin.
but see, when they grow up, you got to start when they're really young and babies. So by the time they get a little bit older, they should have enough, they should respect you enough to where if you tell them to do something, they know not to do it again. But I just don't see that whooping them or even spanking them works. A lot of kids in the African American community has been whooped and beat, and it doesn't turn out right. They end up doing the same things that were done to them to someone else. So it's not working, and I don't believe it ever will work.
He's right. Aren't you going to the Justice Center tomorrow?
Listen, wait a minute.
Yes or no? Just simple question.
Yes, you know that.
So how is that any different than whooping a child?
Because
if you're abusing them, we can't talk about the abuse in the system.
I'm not
then
talking
abuse
about
our children.
You consider whooping a child abusing them?
Are they crying?
Yeah, I consider it abuse.
Are they crying?
I don't.
Are they crying?
I don't consider that abuse.
If somebody cries, is that not abuse?
Cry. Yeah, they're going to cry when you hit them.
That's abuse.
Yeah, so that's better. You should be better parenting.
You get angry.
Listen, all right, okay, all right. All my phones are lit up. Let me deal with this.
That's no different than the justice
Okay,
system.
all right. Listen, that's where you're wrong at, because we believe that the undisciplined that y'all talking about, talk to them and all that. That's why the justice system is full as it is now, and that's why the police get a chance to whip them because maybe we didn't whip them.
Yeah,
Okay,
but they keep going back in there. They keep going back in there and coming out because it ain't working.
It's not working because listen,
There are other methods of discipline.
like what, doctor? Like what, doctor?
Time out, taking games away.
Yeah.
Different types of
We're not
punishment
in
that are
caves.
non-violent
This ain't the
punishment.
ice.
That
This
make
ain't
a
the
man.
ice age.
That
Studies
make a
prove that
man.
beating the kids
That
do
make
not
a
work.
man.
It doesn't work when you
This
beat
ain't
the kids.
Not
It
Whoop
doesn't
them.
work.
A little
Getting
whooping,
their
man.
attention.
Ain't nobody talking
Doesn't
about
work.
beating.
It doesn't work. It makes
No,
them
no,
angry.
Just getting their
That's
attention.
why there are parenting classes that help people learn other methods of disciplining their children. We're not talking about letting them get away with murder. We're not talking about saying it's okay if they hit their little sister.
Listen,
or
for the sake of time, we gonna
This
have
ain't
a
the
in-depth
Flintstones.
conversation. But for the sake of time, who's on the line? For the sake of time, who's on the line?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Art, you cannot do anything about ADHD until you do something about the systems of white supremacy and institutionalized racism. Where is this youth anger coming from? If you think kids who get hit by their parents get angry, you can imagine how black youth at the time of Emmett Till's era felt, when black men, women, and children could be lynched for doing nothing. Those systems have not been dismantled. They've simply transformed. We still see police as a transformative version of the posses that lynched Emmett Till. And children are a byproduct of their parents. Parents have a responsibility to rear, train, control, and direct and educate their children, to socialize them to behave properly. However, parents do not control the systems of institutionalized racism, which created colonialism, slavery, perpetuated post-Reconstruction with the Jim Crow segregation and beyond, and into our current post-civil rights prison industrial complex system. That is not an innocuous observation. That is an irretractable historical fact.
All right.
Institutionalized racism affects every area of life activity, education, housing, healthcare, economics, politics, and media.
Genevieve, I love you. Think about great phone call. Who's on the phone line? Remember, this is Fast Talk.
You got Vita Said again.
Vita Said.
Yeah, I do want to agree with Justin about
you make one call. How you get it back, huh?
I agree with discipline. Okay, and I've been whooped before. I believe that when the parents do whip their children, that they make sure they tell them what they're being whipped for. Because sometimes a child can appreciate the fact that a parent tells them that what they've done wrong, and they agree to the fact that okay, I done wrong.
216-578-1490. 216. Who's on the line? This is Fast Talk. Remember that.